As ferramentas de um perigoso ofício exercido por homens e mulheres que arriscam a vida para dar testemunho da guerra. Hoje, em Maravilhas Modernas, jornalismo de guerra. Maravilhas Modernas. Em março de 2003, um comboio militar entrou no deserto do Iraque e marcou a primeira onda de ataques americanos contra o regime de Saddam Hussein. Além das armas, o grupo levava correspondentes civis na vanguarda de uma outra revolução. Munidos de fones via satélite, videofones e uplinks portáteis, esses repórteres transmitiram os sons e imagens da guerra como nunca antes nos campos de batalha. Cobrir uma guerra exige rapidez e flexibilidade. E para os profissionais envolvidos, equipamentos leves e compactos são essenciais na comunicação em tempo real e transmissão em zonas móveis de batalha.
If it was time to leave, it was time to leave, and there would be no waiting around for the TV people to gather all our things. That put us under a little bit of a constriction and a time limitation because we didn't know when they were just going to pick up and leave.
Sam Sambataro fez parte de uma equipe de televisão cujos equipamentos incluíam um sistema de link capaz de ser montado a 20 minutos da transmissão ao vivo.
We were able to shoot our video, capture it onto the laptops, edit it if we needed to, and send those compressed files back on the satellites. When our colonel would decide where we were going to overnight, I would set the dish up, find the satellite, get power from the military, and where we would go.
Para transmitir com maior rapidez, equipes de TV utilizavam um videofone com sinais de baixa largura de banda transmitidos por um ou dois telefones via satélite com antenas planas portáteis.
Hello, General. We're with the 1st Battalion, 7th Marines, moving in a convoy that now is paused for the moment, but slowly making our way towards the extreme southeast suburbs of Baghdad.
It wasn't as clear as a satellite image could be, but it was pretty good. And when things started to happen, it was a very live connection to the audience, and many people would remark on that. I felt like I was really there with you.
If I wave my hand here, you'll see quite a bit of delay before it makes it 22,000 miles up to the satellite and back down where it's being downlinked in France, under the ocean, and up here in New York, and it comes out here.
David Bloom, da NBC, uniu a transmissão de ponta do link à mobilidade do videofone no exclusivo Bloom Móvel, uma plataforma capaz de transmitir imagens em tempo real, mesmo viajando a 95 km por hora.
David's main concern was for him to be able to come live from the battlefield in whatever vehicle he was riding in. While David was moving in a military vehicle, he was able to transmit back to us via microwave, and we were able to uplink.
O componente-chave do Bloom Móvel para transmissão em movimento é o sistema de link envolto por uma cúpula de proteção e controle de temperatura. O sistema mantém conexão com um satélite através de um equipamento giroscópico conhecido no meio como Monte Kimball. À medida que o Bloom Móvel cruza o deserto, o ângulo do equipamento é ajustado por computador.
It's almost like a hip socket where it's free floating. And is driven by motors that control it so that it can always maintain correct position.
Inovações como o Bloom Móvel prenunciam um enorme avanço na velocidade das transmissões de guerra. Mas esta é apenas a mais recente das tecnologias que dão forma ao ofício de correspondente e à nossa visão da guerra. Embora as ferramentas mudem, a missão de cobrir conflitos e guerras continua imutável.
Reporter is doing the same thing he or she has always done, getting the story and communicating it to the people, either by a typewriter or a computer, or now by satellite and voice. But their basic fundamental job is still to get the facts and report them.
As reportagens de guerra são tão antigas quanto a própria guerra. Durante séculos, tais registros foram feitos pelos militares, geralmente muito tempo após os fatos. O general grego Tucídides escreveu uma obra narrando a Guerra do Peloponeso, e os registros das batalhas romanas feitos por Júlio César inspiraram gerações de soldados escribas, da qual fazem parte Napoleão e seu adversário, o Duque de Wellington. As notas redigidas na Guerra do Boer ajudaram a fazer a reputação do jovem oficial inglês Winston Churchill.
These kinds of guys were writing their own histories, and of course to the winner goes the spoils, and they were writing history as they would like it to have been written.
As representações gráficas fazem parte desses registros. A Batalha de Hastings, em 1066, foi eternizada na tapeçaria de Bayeux e, mais tarde, a invenção da prensa diminuiu a produção em massa de gravuras de guerra. A tela, o Massacre de Boston, de 1770, ajudou a fortalecer a resistência ao poder britânico, que culminou em uma revolução. Em meados do século XIX, os correspondentes civis surgiram junto com os jornais e o repórter do London Times, William Howard Russell, foi um dos pioneiros. Na cobertura da Guerra da Crimeia, em 1854, ele revelou o fraco comando das tropas britânicas e a falta de apoio médico. Seus relatos do despreparo militar, incluindo o ataque suicida da Brigada Ligeira, causaram comoção em Londres, levando Florence Nightingale a servir como enfermeira nos campos de batalha, além de derrubar o primeiro-ministro e vender muitos jornais. A cobertura de guerra nunca mais seria a mesma.
For the first time, there's a large contradiction and a gap between the official version of things and what somebody who was on site, somebody who was there, was actually observing. And that was revolutionary.
Na Crimeia, Russell escrevia com um bico de pena e mandava o trabalho a cavalo, trem ou navio. Mas na Guerra Civil Americana de 1861, a logística do ofício mudou com a invenção do telégrafo. O sinal elétrico em códigos viajava quase na velocidade da luz e com 80 mil quilômetros de fios espalhados pelos estados do leste americano, sua supremacia era inegável. Os milhares de correspondentes tiveram de mudar o estilo de trabalho, uma vez que o telégrafo oferecia uma rapidez inédita. O clímax da história passou a vir primeiro no estilo pirâmide inversa de narração.
The technology is new. A line could be cut at any moment. You could lose the transmission, and reporters are encouraged to get as much of the most important information, the punchline, if you will, in at the top as they possibly can. And that's really the beginning of the format of news that we have to this day.
O telégrafo também ajudou a criar o maior inimigo da imprensa, a censura. No gabinete de Edwin Stanton, secretário de guerra do governo Lincoln, todas as centrais telegráficas eram examinadas. Stanton fechou jornais e baniu correspondentes do fronte e, em 1864, passou a escrever textos na forma de um diário de guerra.
The government was very proactive in trying to influence. I suppose today we would call it spin, but they censored heavily. They put out a lot of releases. They tried to catalog the successes on the battlefield.
Os repórteres preferiam cobrir batalhas próximas às estações telegráficas para garantir que campanhas como a liderada pelo general Ulysses Grant recebessem uma cobertura maior do que as outras mais distantes, como a Marcha Sherman pela Geórgia. A eles se juntaram fotógrafos como Matthew Brady, que transformou uma carroça em câmara escura. Os jornais da época careciam de equipamentos para publicar fotos e Brady exibia seu trabalho em galerias. Sua câmera exigia 60 segundos de pose e as fotos em movimento eram inviáveis. Para causar um efeito dramático, era comum colocar uma arma ao lado de um cadáver ou arrastá-lo para lugares mais pitorescos.
Brady is accused of taking a hand and planting it strategically so that the body or the look of the scene was gruesome enough, and to their minds they were thinking, well, this actually reflects what happened in this battle.
A dramaticidade se tornou tendência também nos jornais. Os editores do Chicago Times recomendavam: enviem notícias, se não houver notícias, enviem boatos.
The reporting in the Civil War era, right after the telegraph comes in, is particularly sensational. It's particularly bad. It's not a proud chapter in American journalism. And I think the reason is this feeling of experimentation with the new.
A Guerra Civil Americana provou que conflitos atraíam bons negócios. As reportagens do fronte aumentavam em 5 vezes a venda de um jornal. E nas décadas seguintes, os jornais enviaram correspondentes para cobrir conflitos longínquos, com o apoio incondicional de editores como William Randolph Hearst. Almejando uma carreira política, Hearst enviou o ilustrador Frederick Remington para a Revolução Cubana com as seguintes instruções: providencie as imagens que eu providencio a guerra. O comovente relato de Richard Harding Davis sobre o ataque de Teddy Roosevelt a San Juan impulsionou a carreira política do editor e futuro presidente.
There was a swashbuckling quality to the correspondence. They were really the first media celebrities. They loved the role of war correspondents, much as Teddy Roosevelt relished the role of swashbuckling soldier.
The power of the press was able to elevate people to a much larger degree than there is today. The country was smaller, newspapers carried much more weight, the influence was profound, and there was a political agenda in almost all circumstances.
No final do século XIX, a cobertura de guerra era um reflexo da popularidade e poder da imprensa. Nas décadas seguintes, 2 guerras mundiais e uma nova tecnologia revelariam a grandeza desse poder. O início do século XX foi marcado por incríveis avanços nas comunicações. O telefone transmitia mensagens faladas através de fios, enquanto o telégrafo caracterizava a falta deles. As câmeras capturavam imagens a 500 metros ou registravam ações em movimento. Mas durante a Primeira Guerra Mundial, as tecnologias tiveram seu uso limitado nos campos de batalha.
World War I was basically censored. There was very little contemporaneous coverage of it. Much of the technology was available and might have made for some fascinating coverage of a very, very bloody conflict. Not much of it was seen.
Algumas tecnologias de guerra, como armas e gases venenosos, foram responsáveis por um massacre sem precedentes que os governos não queriam tornar público. As autoridades britânicas se recusaram a credenciar repórteres para a guerra. Na França, fotógrafos eram proibidos de registrar o fronte sob risco de pena de morte. Mesmo assim, reconstituições em fotos e filmagens eram divulgadas e correspondentes de países neutros tinham maior liberdade na zona de guerra. Embora a maioria fosse banida do fronte, os repórteres americanos enviavam informações para sua pátria graças a outra fantástica inovação.
The transatlantic cable made a huge difference because people obviously were able to file stories for the first time that kept the Americans abreast of what was going on thousands of miles away.
O cabo subaquático de longa distância consistia de fios de cobre puro encapados com uma goma natural chamada gutta-percha e protegidos por camadas de fibra de aço e juta. Em 1914, 15 cabos percorriam distâncias mínimas de 3.000 quilômetros, alguns deles situados em um trecho levemente acidentado do Atlântico, conhecido como Planalto Atlântico. Para bancar o alto custo de cada cabo, os órgãos de imprensa se uniram em associações.
This led to a widespread dissemination of news as it hadn't really ever been accomplished before.
Em 1917, os Estados Unidos entraram na guerra e a imprensa americana também sofreu censuras. Os jornais depositavam $10.000 para confisco em caso de artigos inoportunos. E os fatos mais importantes eram ignorados, a exemplo do envio de centenas de soldados americanos para a Rússia na vã tentativa de conter a Revolução Bolchevique.
If people are not allowed to report the war, you get whatever reporting is available, and mostly that means it's not going to be very good.
O telégrafo, o telefone e os cabos subaquáticos estabeleciam contato à distância, mas foi o rádio que ganhou popularidade imediata graças ao envio de informações para milhões de pessoas, dando assim origem ao termo difusão.
Broadcasting was actually a term used in agriculture. It was to spread a seed, to cast it broadly. And it is in World War II that it begins to have that effect on the nation. It's the first national medium.
Em 1940, o radialista Edward Murrow entrou no ar durante o ataque alemão a Londres e ajudou a América a se unir à causa aliada. Quando os Estados Unidos entraram na guerra, milhares de fotógrafos e repórteres de rádio e jornal formaram o primeiro grupo de correspondentes oficiais de guerra. Todos usavam uniformes, recebiam treinamento militar e acompanhavam as tropas no fronte.
This was a war that needed to have the support at home, and because of that, reporters had much more access in a way that they didn't have before.
We were treated as major grade officers. So we had the use of officers' quarters, officers' communication facilities, personal communication, and that sort of thing.
O exército dependia da imprensa para contar histórias e a imprensa dependia do exército para transmiti-las. Os textos eram escritos à máquina e levados para os quartéis via correio militar, mas os meios de entrega mudavam conforme a região da Europa.
Of course, there is normally no civilian communication facility available, so it was whatever the military made available. From the Navy, they was sent by the Navy radio communications as far as Gibraltar. From the land standpoint, we filed through the Army, and again, the military used their facilities to send our material back.
Filmes e fotografias geralmente eram revelados nesses centros militares. Apesar da popularidade do rádio, as câmeras e máquinas de escrever eram as ferramentas básicas no fronte, já que as interferências tornavam as transmissões de ondas curtas desaconselháveis.
Reporters who were broadcasting from the field, from the battlefield, from a war zone had more difficulty and were more prone to weather problems.
Apesar da boa relação entre o exército americano e a imprensa, todo o material era examinado antes de ser enviado. Em compensação, os repórteres tinham acesso irrestrito às informações e desenvolvimentos estratégicos.
Censorship, I thought, was very intelligently handled in England during the war.
Em 1943, 8 correspondentes, entre eles Walter Cronkite, foram os primeiros repórteres americanos a participar de bombardeios na Alemanha. Os civis receberam instruções de sobrevivência a grandes altitudes, ejeção e manejo de armas calibre 50.
Correspondents are supposed to be non-combatants and are not supposed to carry weapons. But the thought was with the Air Force, I think, that if they needed us on a gun, how were the Germans going to know whether we'd been firing a gun or not if we had to bail out of that airplane?
Para a imprensa, a falta de coragem ou perigo no fronte era inexistente. No dia D, muitos repórteres saltaram de paraquedas com máquinas de escrever nas costas e fotógrafos protegeram os rolos de filme com preservativos ao chegar à praia de Omaha no meio do fogo cruzado.
As someone wrote down on the battle landing at Normandy, the brave ones were shooting the enemy and the crazy ones were shooting film.
Mas a cobertura não era restrita aos civis. O fotógrafo da Força Aérea Jerry Cole fez registros para o exército e para o público em geral com uma câmera instalada na torre de um bombardeiro.
Being down the ball turret, suspended underneath the B-17, was almost like having your own plane. You could point in any direction you wanted without having to tell the pilot to change course, and it was absolutely fantastic. And of course, knowing that you had two 50 caliber machine guns there was also kind of exciting.
Cole tirou fotos a grandes altitudes a bordo do B-17 com a câmera esticada para fora do avião a mais de 300 km/h.
What you do is move into the window like this and go out far enough until you felt the slipstream hit and your camera would sort of go like that, and then you just come back about an inch or two and then you could take the pictures. This is the camera now in the shooting position where I have the ball centered in the crosshairs. And you're very fortunate that I'm using a camera and not twin 50 caliber machine guns.
A criação da telefotografia e do fax fortaleceram o impacto das imagens de guerra. Uma célula fotoelétrica lia a imagem passada em um cilindro horizontal e esta era enviada através de linhas telefônicas. O resultado é a divulgação imediata da foto. Mas o fotógrafo Joe Rosenthal nunca viu sua foto de soldados americanos hasteando a bandeira na Batalha de Iwo Jima. O filme foi revelado na base de Guam e enviado para a terra firme, onde ilustrou centenas de jornais no dia seguinte. Com o passar do tempo, o processo se tornou menos exigente. As fotos de corpos de soldados americanos eram proibidas a princípio, mas em 1943, o presidente Roosevelt suspendeu a decisão em apoio aos esforços de guerra.
It was okay to photograph pictures of the corpses of Germans and the Japanese soldiers, but not Americans. And Roosevelt felt that perhaps it was time to show Americans the grisly nature of what American soldiers were undergoing.
A Segunda Guerra seria lembrada como a Boa Guerra, um conflito em que os interesses políticos e militares se confundiam com as obrigações da livre imprensa. Mas tamanha harmonia não duraria muito tempo. A Segunda Guerra Mundial deu lugar à Guerra Fria. Desta vez, a série de conflitos envolvendo Estados Unidos e União Soviética recebeu cobertura de um novo meio de comunicação, a televisão. O aparelho invadiu 10 milhões de lares americanos em 1950, ano em que o país participou da Guerra da Coreia. Mas o conflito aconteceu em regiões inóspitas e distantes dos grandes centros, dificultando uma cobertura adequada dos fatos. Embora o transporte de filmes pudesse levar dias, a televisão nunca deixou de estar presente.
It was called the Forgotten War in part because it was very difficult for reporters to do something with this war and to cover it in the same kinds of ways they could cover other conflicts.
It was very hard to get there. It was hard to get copy back. And it's not clear that the public had much appetite for hearing about it.
A história foi diferente no Vietnã. Com o crescimento da presença militar americana, as 3 maiores redes de TV abriram filiais em Saigon e aumentaram os noticiários noturnos de 15 para 30 minutos.
We did take the war to people's dinner tables. We had film almost every night of battle circumstances. We had several cameramen in the field, and there was scarcely a major action that we didn't have some film on. Maybe not the first day, but within the second day.
People thought they were seeing war in real time.
Mas a sensação de tempo real era ilusória. Um rolo de filme levava de 1 a 4 dias para chegar a Nova York, ser editado e ir ao ar. Uma equipe de TV consistia de um correspondente, um cameraman e um grupo de operadores de áudio literalmente unidos por cabos. O mais difícil da missão era quando as balas começavam a voar.
We had 2 umbilical cables, a short one and a long one. Short one was about 20 feet, long one was 40 feet. If you did get into a firefight, which you're bound to because otherwise you wouldn't be out there, you'd usually use the 40-footer. So if you and your sound man got separated, he was behind one tree if you're in the jungle, you were behind another. The cable would stretch, hence sound throughout.
Durante os combates, a volumosa filmadora com orelhas de rato era um alvo fácil para o inimigo.
They didn't know what TV is. They didn't know what a camera looked like. All they knew is in a sniper scope that's a weird looking thing. I think I better shoot that guy.
Muitos registros foram feitos pelo próprio exército e a troca dos rolos de filme geralmente acontecia no meio do fogo inimigo.
I just kind of turned my back, crouched down behind something that I knew that would be good cover. Crouch down there, sit down, and take the film out, wrap it quickly into the container, and seal it up, take the new roll out, and load it into the camera, load it properly where it would work right, and all the time doing this, pay attention to what's going on around you.
The cameraman or camerawoman is is the most valorous of all of journalists. They've got to be out there in front where the action is, or they don't get the pictures.
Manter a integridade do equipamento no clima quente e úmido do Vietnã era um desafio. A utilização de filmadoras movidas a corda era comum, uma vez que as baterias não resistiam ao clima da floresta. Nas estações chuvosas, o cuidado era redobrado.
You had a little terrarium inside your camera if you didn't take good care of it. During the monsoon season, we used the Nikon underwater camera to shoot pictures. We were limited on the lenses, but at least we could take pictures in the rain.
A vantagem de enfrentar as duras condições do Vietnã em busca de imagens era a ausência de controle governamental. As autoridades relutavam em censurar uma guerra nunca formalmente declarada, dando aos correspondentes liberdade de acompanhar as tropas.
We were free to go to a unit, any unit we asked. I don't remember ever being stopped from covering a unit.
Reporters had the run of the battlefield. They could jump on a transport with troops and go anywhere they wanted in Vietnam. And there was that sense of welcoming American reporters to the battlefield, I don't believe has ever been repeated, and I doubt it ever will.
Mas o acesso irrestrito ao fronte revelou histórias de oficiais que clamavam vitória iminente e criou desentendimentos que refletiam a crescente divisão interna dos países.
Reporters attending press conferences in Saigon who had been to battle, because it was an open war zone, they knew they were not telling the truth, or at least the truth that they had seen. And so the conflict came to be called the credibility gap, seemed to get worse and worse.
O caráter instantâneo da televisão tornou a cobertura de guerra impossível de contestar.
This is what the war in Vietnam is all about.
Em 1965, a equipe de Morley Safer filmou um grupo de fuzileiros incendiando um vilarejo. Durante a edição, o texto de narração de Safer foi resumido pela CBS e rejeitado pelo Pentágono. 2 dias depois, porém, a rede exibiu a reportagem e provocou alvoroço na Casa Branca.
Frank Stanton, who's the president of CBS, got a call from Lyndon Johnson the very next morning. And his quote was allegedly something like, "Frank, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to screw me?" But Lyndon Johnson didn't use the word screw because he was a very outspoken Texan.
Apesar da pressão da Casa Branca, a CBS não recuou.
We were only writing, even through World War II, just writing about these things. It was easy for the military to deny the story. We didn't have physical evidence. In this case, they suddenly realized they didn't have that defense any longer.
Logo após a ofensiva em Tet, em 1968, o então âncora da CBS, Walter Cronkite, foi ao Vietnã e concluiu que a vitória ainda estava longe.
We have been too often disappointed by the optimism of the American leaders, both in Vietnam and Washington, to have faith any longer in the silver linings they find in the darkest clouds.
Diante dos noticiários, o presidente Johnson disse aos assessores: "Se eu perder o Cronkite, perderei a América." 4 semanas depois, o presidente anunciaria:
I will not accept the nomination of my party for another term as your president.
That was the week, apparently, he was making up his decision that he wasn't going to run again. We know that was the same week that he was besieging the Pentagon, demanding information. How could this thing happen? When you were telling me we were winning the war, had the same question in his heart that I had in mine.
Assim como na Crimeia, um século antes, a cobertura de uma guerra impopular feita por um veículo de massa mudou o cenário político.
Lyndon Johnson had enormous political problems with these kinds of eyewitness reports that tell people what's going on.
A Guerra do Vietnã continuaria por mais 7 anos, mas quando as forças americanas deixaram Saigon diante das câmeras de televisão e em meio ao caos, muitos militares acreditavam que a livre política na cobertura de guerra não passou de um erro, um episódio que não queriam repetir. Depois do Vietnã, o governo americano passou a controlar as coberturas de guerra. Em 1983, durante a invasão americana a Granada, a imprensa só entrou na ilha 48 horas depois.
That was a direct result of war coverage in Vietnam. I heard it over and over and over again. Oh, we can't turn this into another Vietnam.
There were many, many lessons attributed to that war. One of them, I believe, from the Pentagon was never give the press an open run again.
Mas enquanto o governo barrava a imprensa, o mercado do jornalismo de guerra entrava em expansão. Seu maior expoente foi a CNN, o canal a cabo 24 horas criado por Ted Turner.
Ted Turner's charge to us was to go on the air with the mission of covering news wherever it broke and wherever we could cover it on the entire planet.
They could be on the air faster because they were 24/7. Nobody else in those days was 24/7. No one else was real time.
A programação ao vivo da CNN coincidiu com o nascimento do satélite comercial. Em 1985, a PanAmSat colocava seu primeiro satélite em órbita.
Up until that point, it was all government operators because it costs so much. First of all, to put a satellite up into space, and secondly, it costs quite a bit just to have the ground infrastructures. And the first customer was CNN, Ted Turner.
Os satélites comerciais normalmente orbitam ao redor da linha do Equador a 36 mil quilômetros do chão. A essa distância, o satélite circula a Terra a 28 mil quilômetros por hora, acompanhando a própria rotação terrestre. Uma rede com cerca de 180 unidades, separadas por 2 graus de longitude, fornece cobertura quase global. Empresas como a PanAmSat rastreiam os satélites a fim de corrigir o posicionamento e monitorar a interferência de sinais externos.
If you're on Earth, you can always expect that satellite to be in that same relative location. But that requires a little bit of management because the gravitational forces tend to want to pull the satellite in different directions.
Os satélites recebem sinais que enfraquecem a longas distâncias. Sua tarefa é ampliar os sinais com a ajuda da energia solar antes de transmiti-los para a Terra.
The one on my left here is called a spinner. It's sort of shaped like a canister, and at any given time, the sun is illuminating one side. That power charges the batteries on the spacecraft, and that's the power source. This is an HS-601. It's a tri-axis stabilized satellite, and it has 2 solar panels that track the sun. So at all times, the full power is generated on the satellite. So it has the capacity almost twice that of the spinner model.
O risco financeiro sofrido pela CNN começou a desaparecer durante a invasão do Panamá em 1989. Enquanto a maioria da imprensa era mantida longe do conflito, a cobertura 24 horas da CNN redefinia o papel da televisão.
The more we covered those stories, the higher our profile rose.
A televisão via satélite ajudou a estabelecer a audiência mundial da CNN, fato confirmado durante a Guerra do Golfo, quando a empresa convenceu o governo iraquiano a permitir a instalação em Bagdá de um exclusivo transmissor de 4 fios, capaz de enviar sinais de rádio para um link em Amman, na Jordânia.
We spent roughly $14,000 a day to keep the 4-wire up. And basically this simple instrument allowed us to overshoot the telephone exchange complex in Baghdad, government run and government owned, and we went by microwave from Baghdad to Amman, to our bureau in Amman, and from Amman up on the satellite, down on the satellite into headquarters in Atlanta, and then back up on the satellites and around the world.
This is an updated version of the famous 4-wire box that we heard a lot about during the first Gulf War with CNN. It gives you an amplified speaker for the people from the U.S. to talk, and you hear out of there, and when you hit a talk button, it amplifies your voice down the 4-wire line so they hear you back in the States. 2-way audio with amplification.
If you're still with us, you can hear the bombs now. They are hitting the center of this city.
Em 17 de janeiro de 1991, os Estados Unidos deram início ao bombardeio de Bagdá. Com a capital sem telefone, apenas os repórteres Bernard Shaw, John Holliman e Peter Arnett conseguiram se comunicar com o mundo graças ao transmissor. o trio filmou o bombardeio do 9º andar do hotel e milhares de países e seus líderes sintonizaram a CNN para assistir à cobertura exclusiva da rede.
There's a very cool breeze blowing through the window here, and we are sweating in more ways than one.
The situation, the environment, very desperate and very frightening. In war, one moment you're alive, the next moment you're dead. We were quite aware that that could happen at any time. I mean, there were people dying in buildings across the street.
A CNN continuou sozinha entre as redes de TV e transmitiu via satélite de Bagdá nos dias que seguiram. Foi a primeira cobertura de guerra atrás das linhas inimigas e demonstração viva da primazia do jornalismo via satélite.
There were countries that took their national programming off the air and put CNN out in English because that was the most current, important thing that was happening in the world at the time.
And everyone watched CNN. That's basically the only place you could see the coverage. Through that, I think a lot of cable news organizations realized that this is a major opportunity and satellites was the way to go.
Mas, para os correspondentes da rede na Arábia Saudita, a transmissão via satélite rendeu alguns problemas. O receptor pesava centenas de quilos e exigia horas de montagem, tornando o transporte difícil, além de dar origem ao fenômeno do jornalismo de telhado, com várias equipes em postos improvisados.
It would take maybe 3 hours to set all the gear up, take the pieces of the dish, put them together, lock them together, put them on a stand.
Then the camera crews and reporters would have to go out into the field, gather their tape and their stories, bring it back to you, and then we would transmit it.
As restrições governamentais foram outro obstáculo. Parte dos 1.400 profissionais credenciados foi impedida de acompanhar as tropas. Em contrapartida, as redes exibiam imagens de ataques aéreos cedidas pelo Departamento de Defesa.
One of the drawbacks of the initial Gulf War was that you saw it through the lens of a nose camera, of a bomb, or an aircraft. What you didn't see was what happened the moment that bomb or that transmission went to hash.
It was not freedom to cover what you wanted. You were watched very carefully. We'd have sometimes 3 information officers out with a unit that we were with, and they watched and sat next to the person being interviewed 3 feet away. It wasn't direct censorship. It was indirect.
It almost came to a constitutional violation, the way they kept us from reporting what our troops were doing in action. And by so doing denied to the American people the information which is most essential to them in making their decisions on whether this was the right thing to do or not.
No final da guerra, muitos repórteres manifestaram que a censura impediu a plena realização do seu ofício. Mas um outro conflito no Iraque 12 anos depois seria o marco de uma grande mudança no tratamento da cobertura de guerra. Nas 2 décadas pós-Vietnã, políticos e repórteres americanos se entreolharam com receio e desconfiança. Mas em meados da década de 90, ferramentas de comunicação mais práticas e emissoras via satélite como a Al Jazeera se uniram para obrigar o exército e a imprensa a reavaliar suas relações.
There's only so much that censorship can do anymore because of the technology. You can file a story from a very difficult location that before would have been simply impossible.
The Pentagon is not alone. Something happens in the desert. Al Jazeera spins it one way, the Pentagon spins it the other. They needed a counter to Al Jazeera that was reliable and believable.
Retomando a política da Segunda Guerra, o Pentágono designou 600 correspondentes para seguir as tropas americanas na Operação Iraque Livre em 2003. Apenas regras de segurança foram impostas e o resultado foi uma ampla cobertura em tempo real e a volta da máquina fotográfica. A câmera digital permite a análise e edição das fotos em laptops, além do envio imediato para qualquer canto do mundo. Nada que lembrasse as limitações físicas do passado.
Everyone was working in digital. The whole point of taking digital is being able to transmit those images back in a timely fashion. And you end up taking a lot more than you would if you were just shooting film. This is a basic digital camera, the professional one we use, and I would shoot images on here. At the end of the day, I would take my digital card out, which keep about 400 images on there, and you throw that into a reader on my computer, edit on there, and once I've edited that, I'll hook up using this device, which uses radio waves to communicate through satellite over my area.
That's a major advantage, is, you know, shooting digital, seeing your pictures right away, being able to adjust your exposure, you know, knowing that you got the picture, and deciding kind of on the spot what to transmit. 20 minutes after a picture is made, we can have that distributed to publications all over the world.
Outro equipamento digital, o minidisco, permite a gravação de depoimentos no fronte para complementar as imagens.
If Ben's walking around with a mini disc and a microphone, he can both interview his subjects, he can also do personal journals, and then we can create these animated sequences where we're actually stringing pictures together, creating a narrative spine. This is Ben Lowy in Iraq.
After an initial period of realizing it was some kind of terrorist attack, people started taking positions, and I just grabbed my cameras and started photographing the evacuation of the wounded. When you're surrounded by the members of your unit and they're tight-knit groups, that is your family while you're deployed, and that's a bond of friendship.
If we're taking that still imagery and making video with the audio and the still imagery, we've all of a sudden hit the broadcast space.
Pretty soon it'll just be one person with one camera who will be the talent, the reporter, the producer, and the cameraman, and the editor all at once, because we have the technology to do that.
Equipamentos menores e mais leves sempre serão bem-vindos e talvez em breve algumas inovações como o Blue Móvel estejam fadadas ao esquecimento.
The challenge that we've been issued by Department of Defense is to try and get even smaller, such that our packages in fact could mount directly on military vehicles without having to take a civilian vehicle onto the battlefield.
A cobertura de guerra em tempo real também mudou as regras dentro das emissoras. Durante a transmissão dos avanços das tropas americanas em Bagdá, a CNN impôs um tempo de atraso a fim de evitar a exibição de imagens fortes demais para o público.
All producers and directors and editors were trained in the use of time delay, a 7-second time delay. Why? Not because we wanted to censor the images, but because the images that might have appeared on air into the households of millions of people around the world, we had absolutely no control over.
Mas para os repórteres no fronte, os riscos físicos são iminentes. Em 2001, morreram mais jornalistas no Afeganistão do que soldados americanos. Já no Iraque, 11 jornalistas, entre eles David Blum, morreram em 3 semanas.
These were very courageous colleagues, hundreds of them, some of whom did not come back. And that's the ultimate sacrifice in pursuit of free speech.
The misconception among many people is that war correspondents have a very glamorous job. It's not glamorous at all. It's very, very potentially deadly.
São inúmeros os motivos que levam profissionais a arriscar a vida em uma das zonas mais perigosas do mundo em busca de registros de extremo heroísmo e horror.
Career, love of journalism, love of fear, want to push the bubble a little.
It is so exciting, it's so action-packed, and it's noisy, and it's horrible. You see guys getting shot and getting hit, and you take pictures of them for record.
Maybe we can learn from it, so we're not always doomed to repeat it, though we often are. And maybe it's a folly, but it's important to keep that going.
Há quase 2 séculos, os correspondentes de guerra dependem das mais variadas formas de tecnologia para transmitir informações de batalhas dos pontos mais longínquos da Terra. Pois sem eles e sem a mídia, o jornalismo simplesmente não existiria.